We're recording? Yes, we are. Okay, so yesterday picked up the, well, didn't pick up anything, I got it delivered, the Fatboy e-bike, and this is the Harlem model, and I specifically, there you go, there's me real bike in the background, but I specifically picked the Harlem because I've got a few injuries on my hips. I thought this would be a good little run around, and rather than put your leathers on and all that and go down to the supermarket, I thought I'd get something like this to run around in instead of, turning the car on and everything else. But anyway, I'll talk a bit more about it. We'll go for a bit of a maiden short trip, just a bit of a test run, and I'll talk more then and what I think about it. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can see this, but we'll go give it a go. Okay. Let me sit back on the seat a bit. Okay, so I pumped up the tyres to 30 psi. Charged, it's about 87% on the battery, and I'm hardly pedaling. I'm actually using the throttle. Alright, so we'll just go down to a little track and have a look. Okay, now see if we can talk. Yesterday I put the bike together and it was all good. Went pretty smoothly, I think. But one thing. One thing I've got to say is everything was pretty straightforward. What's going on here? Let me just... Put a glass on the road. Everything went pretty smoothly on the setup of the bike, putting it together and everything else, only because I watched the Fatboy videos. But the thing I didn't like was the rear foot pegs didn't really line up. They don't really line up to the holes properly, so I'm a bit annoyed about that. And also the back rack, the holes just didn't line up properly. That was the only bad thing I didn't really like too much about the bike or putting it together. But apart from that, it's all good. Feels good, feels solid. And probably asking, why'd you pick this one out of all the other cheapy ones? Now I've got to say, I was always into push bikes years ago when I was younger, but as I got older, I got a few injuries, and I really couldn't ride a bike anymore. So what I did do is I looked around. Recently I had a look around at all these electric bikes, e-bikes, and I've had a look on and off and whatnot, but I never really what's the word? I never could come to a decision to actually get one, so I never brought one. I sort of ummed and ahed, and I thought, oh yeah, okay. Till recently, where I saw these Fatboy bikes, and I've seen a few other similar bikes, which are pretty good. They're all pretty good. Gotta get used to this throttle. Oh my goodness, Chris. It's a cross between a motorbike and a car and a push bike. Okay. That's good. Anyway, start again. So I had a look at a few bikes, and one of the things I looked at was the load capacity, and most of them would go up to 100 kilos, 150 kilos, and I'm pretty heavy at the best of times. I'm 110 to 120 kilos. I fluctuate around that amount. So what I decided was I'll have a look at this Fatboy range, and the thing I liked about them was they got this Harlem one where you can step into like a scooter, which is fine because I can't really lift my injured hips up anymore. I got to say, I've got a few injuries on my back and my hips, so this just worked out pretty good. And so I thought, okay, I'll have a better look at it, which I did, and this one takes the load rating on this is up to 180 kilos. So if you're lighter, you can easily fit your passenger on the back or whatnot, so no problem there. So yeah, I think this was the choice for me because it just ticked all the boxes. And the other thing was, I read up on a lot of the forums where a lot of people brought cheap bikes from AliExpress and all this, and once you got them, they're basically your problem. So if there's any issues, you're stuck with the product. Whereas this has got a what's it called, an Australian warranty, and so it was good. So I thought, okay. Hey, how you going? Oh, well, it was good. I thought going to be a problem. But anyway, the thing about this particular bike too that had me sort of interested was the motor. The motor's a 1500 watt, whereas like I said, the other ones are about 1000 or 500. They range from whatever 500, 750 and whatnot. So even though these are restricted, right? So because of the laws, having that bigger motor is, I think it's a what's the word? A big plus for me anyway. So I decided to lay down the money and splurge out for my birthday, which is tomorrow, and yes, I picked the Fatboy. So overall, it seems pretty good. First trip. It's very comfortable, I got to say. The seat's comfortable. I adjusted the handlebars and all that. They're pretty good. So yeah, it all seems pretty solid. The frame, everything looks pretty good. Suspension front and rear. Yeah, good little unit. Let's just give this a bit of a give the throttle a bit. Now, I don't know if you can see the controller. I'll just put the camera down a bit. Let's see if I can put it this way. It gives me the kilometers of speed I'm going. So I'm doing 25 kilometers. And I'm just using the throttle control. Now on the controller you can actually increase the amount of power you want. And you can go a little bit harder if you so choose. But I'm still not familiar with it all, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. But what a beautiful day. riding beside the freeway on this track. Got 80% battery, so it's gone down, what, about 8%, 7 or 8%, so it's pretty good. Want to see how far we can get. Oh. No, it's still going, staying on 25 kilometers. So I'm probably not doing something. I think you have to muck around with this little isolator switch, but anyway, I can't be bothered. I don't want to wreck myself out here and have to get home. Yeah, but no, I'm happy. The other thing too, these have got 203mm front disc. I don't know what the back is, I think it might be the same, but yeah, they're pretty good. So where are we now? So the battery's draining a little bit because I'm not pedaling. Tell you what, disc brakes are pretty good on a push bike. Whoa, what was that, Barry? Whew. Let's pedal a bit, exercise. Gotta get a mirror. Okay. Stuff this pedaling business. So I've done about 7 and a bit kilometers from home. That was pretty easy. Battery's down to 76. I haven't even charged it, just as I got it out of the box too, by the way. So old Bunnings stubby holder. Don't have to be too flash in life. Alright, so far so good. I mean, it's been pretty easy, what's the word? It's been pretty easy on the, my hand's going numb. It's been pretty easy terrain, so I can't complain. It's going really good, no issues. So initial thoughts, yeah, this is fun. It's a good little unit. So I'll have to turn around soon because got to take Gian to the docks. She'll be ringing me soon. Yeah, still got a bit of charge. Going right, we're heading into town, but I'll have to turn back soon because medical appointments call. But yeah, this is all new to me too, by the way, e-bikes. I've got a motorbike at home, but as you know, if you're on my channel, but no problem at all. Let's pedal a bit, get the old leg working, pump it up, pump it. Ooh. Okay, mate, put it a bit easier, boy. Easier gear. Whew, what is this? That's better. Need a bit more assistance, boy. Whew. Just gonna have a rest. See if I can find a seat, Chris. Hey. Oh yeah, it looks concrete. Nah. Whew. If you're older, even if you're young, these things are great. But if you're older, I think these are a great way to do a bit of exercise. Because anytime you're starting to feel a bit knackered, you can adjust the assistance that the motor gives you, and you can pedal. And you'll find when you're pedaling, the battery does not drain as much. Yeah, when you're pedaling, the battery does not drain. It does not drain as much. I don't know if I'm talking, if I'm saying anything that's valuable, but I'm gonna go back onto assistant mode. I don't know if I'm saying anything that's valuable to you in making a decision. I don't know, but young or old, I think you'll enjoy one of these. And oh yeah, Barella Road. I know where we are. Woo! Oh shit. Got to stop there, have a chat with that bloke on the way back. Okay, so like I was saying, I don't know if I'm saying anything valuable or I'm just mumbling to myself, but there's two modes you can, two main modes on this bike, and I'm sure, oh that's a good spot to stop and I'll just turn around there I think. I don't know, here's a little Jimbo, that's what we need, a little gym. Yeah. Oh, forget to tell you, they got spikes on your bloody pedals. So there's spikes on the pedals, so I got my thongs on and I can't get them off. So that's a problem, isn't it? Oh. Okay, let's get the leg out. Whew. Alright, turn you off for a bit, give you a rest. Alright, so I probably babbled on while I was riding, trying to be professional, but I wasn't. The bike is fantastic, and I'll tell you why. Especially for an older person who was physically active and in the older ages probably just declined, you know, just for various reasons, injuries, health reasons. You find yourself you're not exercising as much. The good thing about this is it's not like a normal bike where you have to get out and you know, you have to pedal all the way, especially when you're new, getting back into exercise. This thing's got the obviously the motor. It can get you home, and it's got the fat tires, which are really good. When I say they're good, because they're very, I mean I ride motorbikes, so a fatter tire will give you just a bit more confidence, especially if you want to go over different terrain like the grass and whatever else you want to go, like a little bit off-road. These things will handle it easy. Okay, let me just start from the front. You've got upside down forks, which is your front suspension. You've got a 203mm disc rotor, which in my day when I was riding push bikes, we had the old rubber, whatever those rubber stoppers on there. I don't even know what you call them these days, but this has got a very modern setup, very similar to motorcycle technology, I guess. You've got a light, running light. Now when you turn the bike on, you've got the LED. I haven't even taken the plastic off. Good one, Chris. Never mind. As a running light, which means that stays on all the time, a bit like a Volvo driver on a bike. And when it gets dark, the lights come on automatically, the headlights, so you can adjust them from the switches, from the switch here, and you can also click the manual button and override the lighting. What happens with the lighting? They come on like a sensor light. Really, they work off this panel, and they turn on automatically. So once you get dark, you can just switch that off. Otherwise, you can override it with the manual, the manual switch on here. Also, you've got a low beam and a high beam, very similar to a motorbike and a car, which is great. And now, like I said, I put this on last night from my motorbike, the old top box, which is, I mean, you can buy accessories from Fatboy, which, you know, I'm not being paid to do an ad or anything, but I'm just really, what's the word? Really impressed with, I guess, my new toy. I guess really, this is the Harlem model, which, as I said, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. It's just easier for me to step into rather than lift the leg for injury and whatnot. You get these fat BMX like pedals as well. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but these things you've got the spikes on just like a BMX bike. So I don't know if that's a good thing for me, because you can't slide your foot off, you know, with the thongs. They just grip in there. So not a good idea, Chris. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. But like a bike frame, you've got the standard, what's it called, the screws that you can put your drink holder or basket or whatever you want to get. In fact, the front basket, I don't need it now. I've got the motorbike thing at the back. You can buy the accessories from Fatboy Direct. I think you can get a rear mirror, which I should have got actually. I'm regret not getting that. I'll see if I can find something at a bike shop, something cheap or something. But the light, this little step into flat bit there, which I guess that actually reinforces the bike as well. Then you've got your adjustable rear suspension. We've got a preload adjuster. You actually get a toolkit. You can adjust the tension on that, which is more than adequate at the moment. So, and these are the back foot pegs if you want to take your kids or your partner on the back, or whoever you want to pick up and take on the back. But yeah, then I got this was thrown in, the rack at the back. So rather than just have a small rack, I put the top box on, 45 litre top box. Now this is just because I had a pad here. I had to take it off so I can fit it on. Had a rubber pad. I'll clean that up when I get a chance. But yeah, overall, yeah, I think it's a great little jigger. It's all got Shimano running gear, which is, you know, quality, and it's a solid frame. You've got a Samsung I think it's a 20 amp battery on the bike. So I think it's about 4 hour charge, 4 to 6 hour charge, if I'm correct, by memory. And I mean, when I got the bike, the handlebars were pushed right back. I adjusted them yesterday. I could probably pull them back a tad. But yeah, overall, I don't know what you think. But even if you ride motorbikes, or if you got other hobbies, I think this is a great little, just a little add-on. No rego, no roadworthies every year and everything else. There's no green slips and all that rubbish like in New South Wales. I think these are good. And I don't know if I mentioned they're restricted when you get these bikes. They're restricted to 25 kilometers, I believe, 200 watts or something like that. I don't know what the trickery is all about, but yeah, this is the motor on the back, and that's a 1500 watt, I believe, Bafang. Looks pretty beastie too. It's not bad. You got the swing arm going off from the back here. This is all. This is what I was a bit scared to get this model because of the dip, but it's actually well reinforced, so well braced, well gusseted. The welding's pretty good, so it looks all pretty solid. And you've got some rubber bump stops on here, so I guess when you lean it over, you don't wreck scratch the forks. But yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned, but if you've ridden push bikes, this is just a standard Shimano, what is it, gear lever, or clicker, well, I don't know, what do you call it, changing the gears. I've forgotten all the terms, so forgive me. And this is a half throttle. Basically, if you want to get out of pedal mode, you just press the button and use the throttle just like a motorbike. So I'll take my rubbish home. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know in your comments what you think, if you're thinking of buying one, or if you've had any experience with these bikes, if you've had any issues. I don't know, I've never had a e-bike, so I don't know much about them, I guess. Haven't had any experience with them. Oh yeah, so one other thing too, which I found bizarre. I don't know if you can see in the tyres there, you can see little bubbles in between the spokes. When I saw that on the videos, I thought, wow, what's wrong with the thing? What is that? But in actual fact, it's actually got a liner on the inside, and it's like a what's the word? They absorb, I guess, some of the pressure. If you go over some hard bumps, it acts like pretty much like an overload sort of thing, where you can expand into the actual rim. And only to a certain point, of course, but it just takes the pressure off blowing up a tyre. Whereas in the past, I don't know if you've ridden a BMX bike or any bike really, and you've gone over rough terrain and popped a tyre, this should eliminate that, I would assume. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I've missed anything. Yeah, anyway, enough said. We'll go for a ride back home. Tell you what, even in the restricted mode, it's so much fun to ride. I don't think these thongs are a good idea though, Chris. Tell you what, it's got a quick rake on it. I don't know if most of you understand that. On a normal push bike, it's not as twitchy, whereas this thing's it's actually a pretty quick, you can flick it around very quickly. So battery's down to 73%. Gotta change these thongs, boy. End up wrecking myself. Oy, ay, ay. Take it easy. See, here I am trying to concentrate on getting my feet off the pedals, and nearly come unstuck. Oh, downhill. Oh, come on, man. That's enough paddling. Okay, so I've completed my ride, and these are my pretty much my first thoughts, initial thoughts on the Fatboy, the Harlem. Overall, look, I love the fact that frame, that step-in frame that comes with it, suits me down to a T, and the bike seems well made. Now there's a 2-year warranty that comes with it, so that's a plus, and Australian supplier, which is a bonus. Now I never went into bike shops to look at these things, because all the ones that I saw were like pretty much like mountain bikes with motors on them, and that just doesn't work for me. So I wanted something a bit more solid, and this thing's got a decent sized motor on it as well. So, and the load capacity, which I already covered on the video, was pretty much a win-win for me. Now this was only a short ride. It was just over 22 or 24 kilometres, which I snuck out in the morning before the missus got up. And I've got to say, I'm really happy. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. So I can see I can take this bike not just on push bike tracks. I think I'll get a carrier for the car and take this along when I go out exploring places. I think this will be a great addition. I could just see so many applications with this bike. Not just riding just for the sake of riding, but there's the exercise element of it. But there's also the transport, and there's also the adventure side of it. You can certainly you can certainly go to a wide variety of places. We travel a fair bit, so I can certainly put that on a carrier on the back of the car and see myself using it to access places that I normally couldn't with just my injuries and that. So yeah, overall the Fatboy, the Harlem, is a win-win for me. Now you can go on their YouTube channel and you can have a look for yourself, but I've already explained my reasons why I selected this one, so I hope I made a good choice. I think I did. Only time will tell. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. These are just my thoughts. It's not a it's not a technical review or anything. It's just my initial thoughts on the bike. So if you've got any comments, just leave them below, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll get a few more of these videos in as well on the motorbike channel. Thanks for watching, guys.